So here we are. Forgive the noise, we are right alongside the highway here. But this is the M46 Patton, also known by World of Tanks fans as the M46 Patton KR with the infamous tiger paint. Essentially what you have here mostly is a redesigned and heavily modified M26 Pershing. And if you look along the sides of the front glacis plate, you can see the Pershing. It did retain the coaxial 30 caliber machine gun, and it also had a coaxial 30, this is the hull mounted machine gun, and then there's also a coaxial mounted 30 caliber machine gun. And up there, the tank commander would have a 50 caliber machine gun. Now what we have here, it has a slightly modified and upgraded M3A1 90mm gun is what we have here. And then the Pershing had a couple variants of the 90mm gun. This essentially became the more standardized gun for the tank corps. And it would be actually based off of the same 90mm gun that would be mounted in the M36 Jackson. We'll go around the side here a bit. Now the other thing I can say about this vehicle here, there was some redesign work done to the suspension, the brakes. The engine was a completely new engine. The transmission was completely different. This is all from the M26 Pershing. Now what we have here, we have a couple, it's a torsion bar suspension, but there's also shock absorbers throughout. And there's a shock absorber back here. Now what this is a wheel. This is to help keep track tension. As the tank would go over rough terrain, it would keep the track tension, help the track from popping off. Now this is an earlier Patton tank, and you can tell mostly by these sand shields. These would be removed on later models. You got your exhaust here. And I mean, essentially for the time it was a pretty good tank. It did prove superior to the Russian T-3485, which is what the Chinese and the North Koreans were using. This paint scheme would only be used for a short term, and it was believed essentially that the Chinese was afraid of dragons and tigers, which is why a tiger was picked. They also did this paint job to some of the M26 Pershings that were in Korea and some of the M4A3E8s that were in Korea. But what I can say is, you know, this tank was definitely built for Korea in mind. The tracks were wider to help it cross terrain better. The engine was much more powerful. And then later you would get the M46A1 Patton, which would remove the sand shields. They would even have a more powerful, improved engine, a better improved transmission, better braking, and there were some other modifications to the M46A1 from the M46. And this hull would actually lead to the M47, which would also have a redesigned turret. This tank actually served with the US, South Korea, Belgium, France, and Italy. So there you go, the M46 Patton KR, my one true love, as my wife rolls her eyes at me right now. You can see here you have your access ports to do basic service to the engine. Otherwise you got to lift these louvers up top here, and they have to be lifted in a certain order to actually open up the engine deck.